I'm an anchor at Wall Street Journal Live. I host the 4 p.m. show, which is, a breaking news show. I like to do some lighter things too, because I think people are dynamic. They like a mix of different subjects, so they want to know what's the breaking news in Ukraine right now, but they also want to know how you get a good deal on an airline seat. So the production process for us is, because I host an afternoon show, I work in the morning on stories for the paper or other video packages and projects I have going on, and really around like 11 or noon I kind of get in the show zone and I start thinking about what stories you want for the day, whether it'll be better to have an outside guest or whether it's better to have one of our Wall Street Journal reporters on. Some of our Wall Street Journal reporters, like John Hilsenrath, who covers the Fed, or Jerry Seib, who is our Washington bureau chief, are kind of brands in and of themselves, and so a lot of times they're kind of the best person we can spotlight on an issue. And then, by 3 o'clock it's crunch time, by 3:45 I'm in the chair, and 4 o'clock we're rolling. I've worked at the Wall Street Journal for 6 years, but most of that I was in DC. I've covered the economy, I covered Mitt Romney's presidential campaign, I covered Congress, all for the paper. So it's a huge transition for me to now go into hair and makeup every day and to think about the way you're saying words and to remind yourself to talk slower. I think for me the biggest thing is I just want it to seem like a conversation, and that's what I was trying to do here today in our panel too. You don't want to seem like you're talking to some amorphous viewer that you've never met. At the Journal we know who our audience is, and we want them to feel like they're a part of the conversation and that I'm a part of the conversation too. I think that we're in an area where everything is changing, and that's never been truer for digital news. I think if you look at cable networks right now, it's pretty clear that a lot of America isn't getting what they want out of cable news. So how do we do it differently? That's what we're experimenting with right now. I think if you look at Jason Bellini's The Short Answer, it doesn't look like anything that you're going to see on CNN, anything you're going to see on CNBC. It takes you through these questions that you have every day and explains in a really clean soundtrack, in really clean graphics, and in language you understand what's actually going on. And I think that's one of the ways you can really set yourself apart in digital news. I also think you can bring stories to people that they might not have seen otherwise. Female entrepreneurs that might not make it onto a place like CNN or onto a place like NBC can show up and be on camera at the Wall Street Journal, and we can do an interview with them, and it's great exposure for their business, and it's great exposure for our audience, who are not only women who want to buy these products, but also men who want to invest in these companies that are going to be the next wave of major companies.